Welcome to LFC Transfer HQ, your ultimate source for all things Liverpool FC transfers. Like and subscribe for more football updates. Our first news is Fabrizio Romano, Liverpool, ready to make bid for world-class star. Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Newcastle United received another strong message from Alexander Isak that he only wants to join Liverpool. The Isac saga has been consuming the media for many weeks now, and a solution doesn't appear to be reaching a conclusion. The Swedish striker wasn't involved during Newcastle's 0-0 draw with Aston Villa in the opening weekend of Premier League action, and it seems unlikely that he's going to play for the club before the end of the summer transfer window. Newcastle are in the market for a striker as they prepare for the possible sale of Isac, but they are certainly not going to let him depart easily. The Magpies are demanding a significant fee to allow him to head through the exit door, and it will be interesting to see whether Liverpool are going to pay what Newcastle are looking for, with less than 2 weeks remaining before the window closes. Speaking on his YouTube channel, Romano has confirmed that Newcastle have received another strong message from Isac that he only wants to join Liverpool. What I can tell you guys is that Newcastle got, again, a strong message from the player. Newcastle these weeks, July, August, always tried to approach Alexander Isak. Always tried to say, "Are you sure there is not even one single way to continue together?" They even offered him a new contract with a record salary for the club, but also with an exit clause, to let the player go in 2026. Alexander Isak, again, is saying no chance. Alexander Isak has no intention to change his mind. Those close to Alexander Isak maintain the same position, only Liverpool Football Club. Only waiting for the next steps on this story. The respected reporter also confirms that Liverpool are ready to bid again for Isac. If Newcastle are to open the doors for an exit, the Reds will be ready with a new proposal, and the Merseyside club haven't approached another striker, with Isac their priority. Liverpool are ready to bid again for Isac. I keep repeating that since July, and that's my position. Liverpool, if Newcastle will open doors, will be very ready with a new proposal. Forget about Liverpool not bidding. They will be very ready. They are very ready. And this is very clear after almost 10 days since this story is entering its really hot stages, and Liverpool never approached any other striker. Isac, described as world-class by former Newcastle striker Alan Shearer, appears adamant that he will be leaving the club before the summer transfer window closes, while the Magpies have been strong in their stance that it's going to take a lot of money to secure his signature. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer. Our second news is Liverpool handed huge Alexander Isak transfer boost as Newcastle open talks for replacement. Premier League champions are expected to return with a second bid for their top target. Liverpool's hopes of signing Newcastle striker Alexander Isak have been handed a major boost. The Premier League champions saw an opening bid worth £110 million rejected by Newcastle earlier this month, and the Sweden international has since been exiled from the first-team squad. Live blog, all the latest transfer news and rumors. That said, Isac remains a transfer target for Liverpool, and Arne Slot insists his side must sign another attacker before the summer transfer window closes after losing Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz. Speaking ahead of the Reds' 4-2 win over Bournemouth, Slot said, "I see Hugo mainly as a number 9 that could also play from the left or play together with another number 9, Slot said. It's clear that with Darwin gone and Luis Diaz gone, and even last season, we had 5 or 6 options. I think, again, Diogo, I need to mention him as well, while second bid from Liverpool for Isac has not yet materialized, though is expected before September 1st, Newcastle's stance on a potential transfer has been revealed. According to the Daily Mail's Craig Hope, the Magpies will only entertain the thought of losing their talisman if 2 forwards arrive at St James Park. As things currently stand, Newcastle are hoping to wrap up a deal for Brentford's Yoane Wissa. However, the two clubs are yet to agree a fee, with Newcastle not willing to meet the Bees' valuation of Wissa, now £60 million having initially been at around the £50 million mark. Meanwhile, The Athletic have reported firm interest from Eddie Howe's side in Wolves striker Jørgen Strand Larsen, Smart TV. It is understood that the 25-year-old is among a small group of forwards being considered to bolster Newcastle's attack, but a deal is not more advanced than other options. Furthermore, the report states that talks have already taken place via intermediaries and that the Norway international would be keen on a move to Newcastle but is not agitating to leave Wolves, amid reports that Newcastle value Isac at £150 million. Liverpool have brought in funds from Nunez, Diaz, and Ben Doak sales in recent weeks to get closer to that figure. Stay tuned for more updates on LFC Transfer HQ, transfer moves, player signings, and latest news. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC Transfer HQ news. Our third news is Arne Slot has big decision to make as new signing could be dropped for outstanding star ahead of Newcastle game. Liverpool travel to St James' Park in one of the most highly anticipated games of the season. The Reds' title defense started with a win but not in the most convincing circumstances. With their next game only going to get harder, they travel to Newcastle on Bank Holiday Monday for a game under the lights, with this meeting set to be more fierce than ever given everything that has gone on with Alexander Isak this summer. The Magpies will certainly be eager to get one over on the Reds, and their fans will try everything they can to make it as difficult as possible for Arne Slot's men, with the Dutchman needing to think very carefully about his team selection. Liverpool were far too open against Bournemouth, and this is something Newcastle would very likely capitalize on, with there being one player in particular who might be dropped to help stop this issue from happening again. Arne Slot might replace Jeremy Frimpong with Joe Gomez. As good as Liverpool's new signings have been, there has been a clear emphasis on their attack, with this then suggesting the defending side of their game has been neglected. One player who has shown his love to get forward is Jeremy Frimpong, with the Dutchman often going around Mohamed Salah on the overlap. However, if Liverpool continue to lose the ball in the same way they did against Bournemouth, this could be an area that Newcastle exploit, with the likes of Harvey Barnes and Anthony Gordon likely ready to pounce. With that said, Slot may decide to play Joe Gomez there instead, with the Englishman able to use his experience and defensive know-how to good effect and eliminate any danger, with Jamie Carragher once labeling him as outstanding. The 28-year-old has just returned from yet another injury and did get some minutes towards the end of the opening game, with Gomez coming on at right back and allowing Wataru Endo to move back into midfield. It would certainly be a risk as Liverpool would lose a lot of attacking threat, but with the likes of Sulla, Florian Wirtz and Hugo Ekitike likely on the pitch, they should still create plenty of chances. The return of Ryan Gravenberch will help. One reason why Frimpong could still start this game is because Ryan Gravenberch will be back available after suspension, with his return adding the defensive stability Liverpool are craving. The Dutchman often goes under the radar, and when he is absent, it is very noticeable, with the Bournemouth game the prime example. The Reds got caught on the counter-attack far too often, something Gravenberch would almost always stop due to his defensive awareness. So, with him back in the team for the game against Newcastle, Frimpong might be able to get forward with more freedom, knowing that his fellow countryman is there ready in case possession is overturned. Don't miss subscribe for more LFC. Our last news is journalist reveals Liverpool's attacking transfer plans for the rest of the window. Liverpool's forward strategy under Arne Slot. Liverpool's Premier League title win under Arne Slot set the stage for a fascinating new chapter at Anfield. Beginning the 2025-26 season with a 4-2 victory over Bournemouth, the reigning champions look sharp, but questions remain about their transfer business. Much of the discussion has centered on whether another forward is needed, especially with long-term planning at the heart of Slot's approach. David Lynch, speaking to Dave Davis for Anfield Index, provided valuable insight into the Reds' thinking. "I had another conversation that made me think that I'd be very surprised if they do sign another forward on top of Isac, if that gets done," he explained. That in itself offers a clear sign that Liverpool are taking a measured stance in the market. Faith in youth and versatility. The talk surrounding Newcastle's Alexander Isak has dominated headlines, but Liverpool's wider approach deserves just as much attention. As Lynch noted, there's a lot of rumors going around, but none of them are concrete really. What stands out is the club's willingness to trust emerging talent. I wrote something about a month ago suggesting that they would put faith in Rio Ngumaha and will use Jeremy Frimpong in the frontline if needed, Lynch said. This is more than just a stopgap solution, it is a sign that Slot is ready to develop players for multiple roles. In today's game, flexibility is vital and Liverpool appear determined to build a squad that can adapt across competitions. Transfer window dynamics. Liverpool supporters are used to late drama in transfer windows, but the tone this summer feels different. According to Lynch, there's not an expectation that they will sign a winger, so I do think it will just be Isac. Such a statement suggests that the Reds are prioritizing quality over quantity, ensuring that any addition truly enhances the starting 11. That approach worked last season when the squad depth proved decisive during the title run-in. With Isac potentially coming in, Liverpool would be adding proven Premier League quality, while also maintaining trust in younger players like Ngumaha. Slot's influence on squad building. Arne Slot's arrival transformed Liverpool's style and belief, culminating in that historic debut season title. His tactical demands require intelligent recruitment, but also patience. Lynch summed it up when he said, "I don't get the massive impression that if Isac comes in that there would be anything else after that, to be honest. Supporters may crave another winger or attacking option, yet Slot has already shown he can mold this group into champions." The win over Bournemouth confirmed once again that this Liverpool side is brimming with goals. Adding Isac to the mix would only strengthen that potency without overcomplicating the balance of the squad. Thanks for watching. That's all for today's transfer update. But the transfer window never sleeps, and neither do we. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for the latest Liverpool FC transfer news, rumors, and confirmed deals. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss an update, because at LFC Transfer HQ, you'll never walk alone.